guys, I share Rachel Legends. Welcome to the video. Send some love, some positive vibes your way. Today is going to be a banger of an episode because I have my hands on the Fragment Summon Kro'khad. This hound is a beast, both literally and figuratively. I went into the movie expecting a 9 out of 10. I walked out 2 thumbs up and beyond, right? I'm mixing my metaphors here, but this dude is insane. I wasn't even ready for how good this guy is. And a lot of you guys, I posted this a week ago, a lot of you guys were actually going for him. Now, typically, historically, when I post these polls, we get around 15,000, around 20,000 votes. And usually only about 1/5 or 20% of you guys actually go for these fusions and fragment summons. So a lot of you guys went for Kro'khad. And I'm curious how many of you guys have him already, how many are close. Let me know what your, expectations are. And if you have him, has he over-delivered like he has me? Today we're going to have all kinds of fun, trying him out with Shyak. Packmaster, I actually didn't go for the fusion. I pulled him after the fact. I never really messed around with him because, well, there was no legendary proper beast hound. Well, now there is. And I got to tell you, Packmaster Shyak, he's grown on me a lot too. He's a really interesting champion, so we'll be seeing a lot of them. Really quickly, I want to go over Kro'khad's kit, even though odds are a lot of you guys are already familiar. I want to show you my favorite build, talk about some other builds. I want to test him out in Hydra, some other areas of the game too, because I knew he was going to be a Hydra beast. Again, figuratively and literally, but I didn't know he was going to be this competent in other areas of the game as well. This guy's the real deal. This is what fragment summons and fusions should always be like in the game. Something to really get excited about, right? You don't want to go upgrade a champion that you're like, he could help me. He might help me. Hopefully, but nah, this dude, again, the real deal. He looks pretty cool. I mean, he definitely has the hound aesthetic. Yeah, I like him. But what does he do? First of all, base attack, 1729. I'm sure you guys have already seen it, but 1729 is freaking amazing, especially with solid multipliers, which he does have as well. On his A1, it's an AoE. Deals single target damage to each target individually, rather than AoE damage, ignores reflect damage, it ignores ally protection and pain link. The attack also does double damage when counterattacking if Packmaster Shyak is on the team. On the A2, it's an AoE, places an extra hit on enemies under 2 or more debuffs, plays a leech, a weaken, 100% when booked. He's absolutely worth booking. These debuffs can't be resisted if Packmaster's on the same team. If Packmaster's on the same team, this dude goes from A tier to SSS tier, in my opinion. You don't need any accuracy on him at all. On the A3, Dominant Predator. Love the name, 3-turn cooldown. Books are reasonable on this guy. They're not like super easy, but there is 5 books on the A2, only 2 on the A1, 3 on the A3 here. Ignore, it's weird, by the way, just like anecdotally, I used to have no problem with legendary skill tomes. Now, I don't know what the deal is, honestly, but I have like 70 of them stockpiled for a while, and I'm down to like 10 after this dude. Anybody else have like a weird shortage of legendary skill tomes? It's kind of strange. I was focused on mythical skill tomes for a while, and now I'm like, dude, I'm out of legendaries. Anyway, Dominant Predator attacks one enemy, ignore 50% of the target's defense, as well as Life Barrier, as well as Poison Cloud buffs. This effect redirects attacks, damage, or debuffs to another target, ignores those. So basically all the heads, the Mischief, the Life Barrier, the Poison Cloud, no worries. Repeats the attack again. If Packmaster Shyak is on the same team, it smacks. On the A3, the passive, Primal Ambition. Man, everything's out of like Predator here, in terms of the skill names. Increases champion's attack by 5%. When killing an enemy or decapitating a Hydra head, up to 25%. Increase attack by 10% instead if Packmaster Shyak is on the same team, up to 50%. So also the ceiling is raised as well. Man, we know from Varl and from Ninja that these escalating attacks from Tashiro, right? These escalating attacks can be absolutely devastating in longer battles, especially Hydra and Chimera. Instantly activates the Dominant Predator, his A3, against a Hydra head when an ally is devoured if Packmaster Shyak is on the same team. Insane, man. This dude, when you put it all together, you're looking at just an absolute monster of a champion. Let me go ahead and show you his multipliers really quickly here. If you give him a 4.5 out of 5 on hellhades.com, you can see area rankings again. What surprised me here is the versatility. You read his kit, you see all the Hydra specific stuff, ignore life barrier and poison cloud and all this stuff, and you're like, okay, he's kind of Hydra only. No. He smacks almost everywhere he smacks, right? He has a 2.2 on his A1. He has a 3.3 on his A2. That's a 2-time hitter, keep in mind. And he has a 3.8 godlike damage rating on his A3 ability. Okay. Really quickly, Shyak, right? Probably should go over his kit. One of my favorite things about him is just the aura. Speed in all battles by 19%. So you can use him everywhere as a speed lead and throw a Kro'khad in there as well. He's got a decreased defense on his A1 and then teams up with an ally, Beast, aka Kro'khad the Throatripper, right? We will try Fellhound too on the on the team just for the heck of it, right? Gonna run Packmaster in both of his beasts. Cleanses debuffs from this champion and heals him by 50% of his max HP. Shield on himself. The shield is equal to surplus heal. The shield cannot be removed if a beast is on the same team. And then he has a taunt and a reflect damage on himself for 2 turns. This is on a 3-turn cooldown when booked. And they're also protected if there's a beast on the same team. I will say that the taunt, it doesn't have the utility it once did, obviously, in Hydra. But taunt and reflect damage in the arena is actually pretty nasty if it's protected, which it is, because we're going to run Kro'khad on the same team as him. We get a beautiful 3-turn turn meter fill by 25%. That's very juicy. Of course, 30% turn meter fill is like the creme de la creme. This is very close. We also have a block buffs on all enemies for 2 turns. Can't be resisted if a beast is on the same team, so now we get an essential debuff on the team as well. When attacked, plays a hex on the attacker, so now he's our hexer, right? Ally attacks on targets under hex placed by this champion deal 20% more damage, a huge damage escalator as well. When this champion's attacked, all beasts will counterattack. So that's more AoEs off the A1 of Kro'khad. That's insane. That's insane. All right, let me show you really quickly the builds. Can you tell I'm a little pumped about this dude? I'm not even going to edit this video. I'm just going to throw it out there. Throw it out there unedited. We have Packmaster Shyak in Relentless set. You can see the stats there. Kind of, you don't really need to build him for damage here. We want to have enough accuracy on him. But that's about it, right? Fairly easy build. I figured Relentless is probably my favorite set in the freaking game. You guys know that already if you've been watching the channel for a while. Kro'khad. Okay, so I think the best build for this dude is a 9-piece Merciless. Shocker, right? If you can't pull that off, the good news is I tested him out in just Savage gear, right? Just Savage and Cruel or just Savage alone. He's still going to be a beast. We do want that ignore defense, obviously, so just damage sets are where it's at for Kro'khad the Throatripper, right? Obviously, with the Merciless, we get the chance of decreasing the skills cooldown of the A2 and the A3. We get the 35% ignore defense, and then we get the 15% chance of taking an extra turn. Merciless is so strong, arguably the strongest set in the game. Of course, it does depend, but it's just busted. I would make a big, if you can pull it off on your account, I would make a big stat sacrifice in order to get him in Merciless if you even have the capabilities of doing it on your account. Just because you get the mini Relentless, the mini Reflex, and the Savage all in one set. It's busted. So we have obviously attack percentage on the chest. We have speed on the boots. We have crit damage on the gauntlets. So obviously I have him in some pretty good gear. This is some of my best Merciless gear on the account. But I wanted to push him to his limit, right? Now we'll see what he can do. Crit damage on the amulet and attack, of course. No need for accuracy. We're going to run him with Shyak, right? Even if you don't have Shyak, I would, though, build him with an accuracy banner so he can land the debuffs on that A2, the Weaken and the Leech. 2 really nice debuffs to have. Having that Weaken covered allows you to run somebody, well, just a decreased defense champion. You don't have to worry about using Lydia on the same team. You can save her for another Hydra team, for example, right? Anyway, we have Etheri Connerit is the best, I think, is the best, absolute best relic for him. Whereas damage increased by 1% each time they place a debuff, up to 30%. Keep in mind, we have escalating damage on the Connerit, right, on the relic, and we have escalating damage as well on his own passive. So a lot of damage, escalators, multipliers, and elevators. All right, escalators, elevators. What else? What am I missing here? I don't have a blessing on him. I don't have a blessing, unfortunately. But if I did, we would just keep doubling down on the damage escalators and elevators. We would go with Nature's Wrath. Nature's Wrath is where it's at in Hydra, specifically in longer battles. We're going to get, again, increase this champion's damage by 3% up to 5% or 2% for each debuff that they place. And that can stack up to 30% at 6 stars. We don't have, just like a lot of you guys, we don't have an awakening on him right now. But when we do, we will, I'm going to put him on my wish list as well. Would encourage you guys to do the same. We went down, we picked up War Master. I will say that I tested out War Master. I also tested out Helm Smasher on him. The damage was kind of comparable, but more in Hydra, of course, with War Master because of all those AoEs, all those hits constantly. It's going to be a lot of extra damage. So I would go with War Master. Here's the overall, man, my mic is like blocking the half the screen here. Here's what we're going to go with today. Notably, again, Retribution, Deterrence. We want those counterattacks on that on the AoE on the A1, right? All right, guys. I already told you if I didn't have Merciless, Savage, Lethal, whatever. Total stats, we're looking at 7292. It's easy to scale that up. Keep in mind, multipliers were great. Plus, that base attack is nasty. We built him pretty fast. Ooh, I don't have him crit capped. This is the problem with 9-piece Merciless, right? I'd have to make a massive speed or attack sacrifice to get him crit capped. Ideally, we have 100% crit rate. As a matter of fact, I will probably rebuild him and make a stat sacrifice somewhere else, to get him at 100% crit rate. That's what we're rocking right now. I think we went over everything here. I tried to be, as fast as possible. Let's just see what he does like in Nightmare campaign, just to kind of get a feel for the synergy on this dude, right? How are your weekends going? If you're watching this live, by the way, so far, I have a weekend just focusing on work, basically. So trying to get ahead here, do some news content, trying to prepare. I'm going to start kind of a new second channel covering a game that I've really fallen in love with as well. Still really digging Raid right now. Honestly, though, I've complained a lot about Raid in the past. You can see he's just ripping through Nightmare like it's nothing. He barely even takes a turn. Let's watch it again. I'm actually really digging Raid right now. I got to hand it to Plarium. I really like the last quality of life update. There's a bunch of little things. I'm still discovering little things every single day that they added that they didn't even talk about, right? Like stat filtering and artifact filtering that they added. And I like what they did. Even the Hydra, we could have used more than 9, of course, quick battles. Unlimited would be awesome, but I'm really digging the 9 that they went in there and did that to Hydra as well. So I'm actually really digging the game right now, honestly. I think they did a good job of quality of life, and hopefully they just keep making strides in the right direction there. Anyway, I digress. Let's get out of here with this baloney. So you saw him in campaign. I guess that's it for the video, guys. No, I'm just joking. Let's go to the arena. We'll end in Hydra, right? So I figured we have some fun here. I always said the Orcs was the worst faction in the game, but I'm not gonna lie, man. This guy and this combo, one of the most fearsome, one of the best in the game. I heard another content creator say that this is the number 2 or 3 damage combo in all of Hydra and Raid Shadow Legends, including everything, right? Probably behind either a Trunda, maybe a Fina type team, or of course a Titus team, right? So that's high praise given how broken those champions are. All right, so I have an all-orc arena team here. I've got Raka Viletide as my speed lead, as my increase attack champion. Obviously, we want increase attack on the same team with Kro'khad, right? So like the one thing we want to put with him, obviously there's a few, but increase attack is imperative. So we have Raka for that. We have Aragaz. Kind of a very interesting champion. I will say one thing about this dude is his A1 heals all allies with less than 50% HP back to 50% HP. This is his A1. It's a nasty little ability there. You put it all together. Let's see what this team can do here. This is going to be fun here. We'll do a few battles in the arena, then we'll run into some Hydra clan boss. Sorry, let me make myself a little bit smaller here. There we go. I was thinking about seeing a movie tonight, and then I'm like, man, there's nothing out that interests me at all. Anybody see like the new Superman? I'm not really feeling it. I don't know. Anyway, it's really cool in the arena with Shyak. We can just go right into the turn meter fill, right? Or we can taunt if we want to. So some nice options there. I'm going to go with the turn meter fill. Obviously, you've got to worry about the block bust and polymorph as well, so that is a consideration. We're going to go with the provoke on the A3 there. And then, sayonara, right? Boom! He deals some nice damage. No Helm Smasher on this dude. No Helm Smasher, right? So here he is again. Nothing to get rid of block damage, unfortunately, right? Nah, Siegfried. But he's provoked anyway, so we're good. We're good. We'll kill him. Hopefully we're good. We double provoke him. Fantastic. I meant to do all this, obviously. Let's go ahead and use that A3 of Raka. Let's get back in there, and then yeah, let's taunt. Let's taunt here. And we have to deal with the Sun Wukong, but I think we're still fine. Oh, beautiful. Man, we are just like going in here. Let's get that shield, turn meter fill. Let's go with the A1. Basically a perma provoke on Siegfried. So, you know, as long as the little fella doesn't kill us here, Sun Wu, and we kind of got him taken care of, we're going to be okay. We just keep going and going. Siegfried, come on, man. Let's just go on auto here. Let's just end it. Auto's going to be faster than I can be. Eventually, we can get in there. That was 470,000 damage. Granted, it's Sun Wukong. That was honestly, that was a really crappy first battle to show you guys. Just trying to keep up to the caliber of content that we've established here over the last 6 years in Raid. Mediocre. All right, so Packmaster got hit 2 times. My man can't stop counterattacking. He can't. We still might die to Kamitas here. Let's see. Oh, he actually goes in with the A1. Look at this, guys. We haven't even done anything yet. We haven't even done anything. He just keeps counterattacking because Packmaster keeps getting hit. Dude, that is really freaking fun, I will say, right? What do we want to do here? We want to, yeah, fill turn meter so we can try to provoke here. Nah, we're good. We're good. I don't even know why I'm just auto here. Do you guys see that? So, like, he's not in an arena build right now. I should have said that earlier, right? Obviously. Can we just get that? Okay, thank you. He's not in an arena build. I would build him in Stone Skin and Savage Gear, right? Or Stone Skin and Lethal Gear in the arena. And I have to say, these two champions in the arena together, they're way better than I thought they were going to be, right? Mainly because of just the constant counterattacks, right? Okay, we can, yeah. Just as an FYI, when it says removes all debuffs from this champion, on any champion that has an ability like that, it still has a chance of proccing the Fear of True Fear before the skill happens. So I could still lose my turn even though I'm cleansing on that same ability. So I'm going to go in with the A3. I lost my turn anyway. All right, great. All right, they have Star Sage, Queen of Hearts, Sun Wukong, and Kaimar. And again, things aren't looking so good. I don't even get a turn here. Let's see if I can just end them. Nope, can't. All right, well, hey. Can't win them all, right? Let's go against this next one here. Just one more. I just wanted to give you guys a feel for the arena because it doesn't need to be this team. Honestly, these two champions together, they're going to be amazing. They're going to be amazing in the arena, and you don't need to have, you know, the all-orcs team. I just thought it would be fun, right? Grant, look at that. The counterattack. The counterattacks are what kill me. This dude has 3 bombs on him, right? And he's just sitting there counterattacking for days. Boom! He does a lot of damage with that A2 ability. And of course, nothing can be resisted, right? Let's screw it. Probably lose again, but we'll go against this team. Man, I'm trying to, my mind is going faster than my language, my words. All right, what we don't have here is buff removal. So we're already dead on this one. We're already dead. Let's do one more. I lied. Well, how about one more win? Can we? Game. Hello. There we go. All right. One more win. Sure. Volcanos. Have a healthy amount of respect for Volcanos for sure. Let's go in there, and again, let's go A2 this time. And then it's crazy because that A3 it hits hard. Let's try the A3 just to test it against Helikath. Woo! Nice damage. Boom! Goes right back into another turn. Almost kills Lammasu. Of course, we do have to be careful here. Going against Volcanos still. It's not over till it's over when you're going against Volcanos. Let's go ahead and make that sacrifice. Let's go with the revive now. Let's go with the turn meter fill. Block buffs on Wither the Crowned, even though she does have a cleanse. Let's go in, provoke, dead. Now it's just us versus the man, the myth, the legend, Volcanos Fumer. One of the strongest unities in the game. I wish they were called lords. In Watcher of Realms, the concept of unity is called lords, right? So I always want to go say lord, not unity. Anyway, let's keep it going here. Hopefully we can kill Volcanos, man. They're killing me with the 2-turn stone skin on Volcanos. They're killing me with it. Let's just go again with the taunt. I like the protected taunt in the reflect damage when they're on the same squad. It's kind of nice to have. And we're still, my man still is under stone skin. It's a nasty little Volcanos build of slow build. It's almost like, I'm sure it's not as slow as a UDK, but it is a slow build, right? All right, now we get block revive on the pup, and my man just can't stop, won't stop. So annoying, so powerful. I love that dude. I love Volcanos. Please, Volcanos, take a turn so we can end this. Please, sir. All right, we're going to do that A2 again, get that taunt. It's still going to be the protected, even though we have a dead. I just want to see if we can kill this dude. Sorry. Oh, block revive. Oh, no. But at least he has his, whatchamacallit down. Finally. We're going to kill him. There we go. Woo! That was close. That was close. Let's go into the main course here, guys. That's enough of the appetizer. A couple appetizers for you. Let's run into some Hydra clan boss. All right, let's go to Brutal. This is that team I was talking about, guys. I just wanted to have some fun here, right? So we've got an Ugo. We've got an Estrid. Love Estrid, right? She's going to bring the increased attack, obviously, on this squad. I said we were going to run Fellhound. We're running Fellhound. Fellhound has an AoE decreased speed on the A1. Not bad, right? I like the decreased speed, even though we do have it covered with Estrid on this team. We have a Provoker in Molly Tankard, as well as a Reviver. And then, yeah, I mean, you guys know the rest. All right, guys, so here we go. Let's do it. Well, I started on auto, so I think this team will be pretty auto-friendly, right? He goes in with the AoE on the A2, obviously the irresistible leech place there as well. I love it. So Fellhound is cute to have on the team, but ideally we have somebody to deal with the true fears, like Inquisitor Shamil. You know, that would be a lot better. But hey, we'll see how we do anyway, right? You can see the damage is already going pretty well. Look at those counterattacks. I mean, we're just getting started here. He dies immediately. Great showing. Great job there, Ash. Great job. But he gets revived. We got Molly as well. We have a Reviver on the same team. We have him pretty squishy, to be fair, right? Here's the thing. You already see nice damage from this dude. You already see a bunch of counterattacks, a bunch of ally attacks, right? Which is nice, because even if he's under the True Fear, Provoke, whatever, he's still going to be attacking quite a bit on all just those turns. He gets the extra turn from the Merciless. He goes back in there. He's cooking millions of damage here. And we're just starting out, right? Fellhound's going into. Fellhound getting in the action. The Void Rare. The Campaign Farmer Extraordinaire. I love it. Packmaster and his beasts. Packmaster and his hounds. Gather around, everybody. We're going into Hydra. That's the dominant predator. 1 million, 2 million. Boom! Man, this dude is a beast. Look at all these attacks. Look at how it can snowball, guys, having this dude on the team. And the best part about this is he hasn't even gotten started. He hasn't even powered up yet, guys. Keep in mind, he's got the Relic to power up his attack. He's got his passive to power up his attack. He's going to be hitting even harder the longer we go in the battle. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. I love the taunt synergy, right? Not in Hydra, everywhere in the game, not just Hydra, is having that taunt forces Packmaster to be attacked. Thus, we're going to get all these counterattacks all the time from Kro'khad, right? It's beautiful. All right, so that's the Fellhound team. Again, 1.5 milli. Woo! All right, let's end that right there. I want to just take a quick look at 22 million in 2 minutes on our guy. Man, what a beast. What a beast this dude is. Oh, this is a great fragment. So this is a great fusion, wasn't it? All right. I always hesitate a moment before I press free regroup. I'm like, okay, this is not going to use a key. This is not going to use a key, right? Also, apropos of nothing, one of the quality of life changes, guys, is... You may have noticed this. If you haven't, you will notice it, right? If you go, it goes manage now. And I accidentally went to remove a piece of gear, because remove used to be right over here, right? I accidentally last night, prepping for this video, in bed where I do all my best rating, right? I accidentally sold a piece of gear that I did not want to sell, because I'm used to remove being right there. It sucked. So just be careful of that. Don't make my mistake. I was really out of it too, so, you know, that's my excuse. All right, here we go. Live arena. What am I doing? All right, guys, next up, I just want to do an A/B test real quick, right? I want to compare my man's damage to Marius's damage, okay? One of the best Hydra clan boss champions in the game. One of the best champions in the game, right? Just to give you an idea, I have Marius in lethal in this build. Here's his stats so you can kind of get a sense for it. I tried him in Slayer. My Slayer gear is kind of sucky, especially compared to lethal. He does a lot more damage on my account, on my build in lethal versus 9-piece Slayer. But again, a massive stat sacrifice for me to get him in Slayer gear. All right, guys, just kind of threw this team together. I kind of want to see how he does compared to Marius. As a matter of fact, you know what? You've seen the damage he can do, right? Let's just quick battle this crap. I have no idea this team will even stay alive. I haven't done it yet, but let's just try. Boom. I always get nervous. Okay. The moment of truth. Anywhere near Marius, I'll be thrilled. 491. Not bad. And check that out. Oh! Man! Damn! Marius, 123 million. Kro'khad, 264 million. And again, the damage is beautiful, of course, but I just threw this team together. I'm sure it can be way better optimized as well. That's nasty. That's nasty. Damn. You know what I want to do now? I want to discard that. And I realize that not everybody might have a Packmaster. So I want to do the same team, and I want to put like, so what are we sack? We're losing block buffs is our main thing that we're losing here. So let me run Lazarius, okay? Because he has block buffs, okay? And I just want to compare the damage now after that, just so folks out there again, ooh, Lazarius is naked, huh? He's naked. Let's just put him in his Speedy Laz, his best gear. Wait, did I just take it off Packmaster? Oh, man. No, I didn't. Packmaster's not in the team anyway, Ash. Calm down, bro. All right, let's go Laz, but I gotta make sure that Laz doesn't transform here. So Packmaster out, Laz in. He's not going to change forms, and we're going to go ahead and cook. Come on. You ever do that? Boop. Boop. All right. Do it again. No Packmaster. How much does that impact the damage? I imagine a ton. 491 to 365. And this time, without Packmaster, he's in line with Marius. Little bit less. Dude, that's nasty. I love this freaking hound. I love this hound. He, to me, is such a cool champion. I can't wait to use him everywhere in the game just to test him out. Congratulations if you went for this fragment summon. This guy is a monster. Hey, have a great, happy, healthy weekend and week and future out there. Thank you for watching till the end of the video. It does mean a lot. Much love. And as always, take care, guys.